Agreement with me, Sophie. I'm sorry I'm a bit late. I've literally just got in from work, been rushing around, so apologies for that. Thank you for tuning in again. I thought I'd do a new show on a Wednesday called the Richards Ramble, where basically I'm going to be talking about the biggest topics in football, and yeah, I want to have a bit of a chat with people who are tuning in and let me know what you think on your opinions on some of the topics as well. So to start with, I'm obviously going to mention, hi Cristiano, Daniel, thank you for tuning in. To start with, I'm going to touch on Sanchez because I know people are probably tired of hearing about it now. Hi Martin. But I'm going to touch on Alexis Sanchez and how I think it's going to pan out at United. Absolutely buzzing with the fact that we've signed him, obviously. Hi to everyone tuning in. I will try and respond to as many comments as I can, as I always do. Firstly, Alexis Sanchez. How are you guys feeling? Absolutely buzzing. The announcement gave me goosebumps. Thought it was absolutely fantastic. I've kind of held back from feeding back a bit too much because there's been so many videos out there and so many people talking about it, and the build-up, let alone, was tiring enough, so I've kind of stayed away from that. Hi Maria, thank you for tuning in as well. For me, Sanchez, fantastic signing, out of the blue as well. We beat City, makes it even better. For me, I'm just worried that Martial's place is going to be a bit of a risk. I'm hoping that Martial plays as well as Sanchez. I said this on the United stand the other night. Ideally for me, it would be Martial on probably the right now, probably switching over, because Sanchez preferably on the left. So maybe Sanchez on the left, Lukaku up top, and then Martial on the right. That's what I'm predicting. I'm hoping, like I said, Martial's place is not affected, and maybe it's Lingard and Mata who will be coming up a bit of a risk now because of the Sanchez signing. That's what I'm hoping for anyway, but we'll wait and see. Will he play on Friday? Who knows? Who knows if we'll risk him in a game like that. I would love to see him. I can't wait to see him in United shirt playing. But we'll see. Sanchez on the right, or at number 10, Martial must play. I agree with that comment just said. Someone just asked how my team got on the weekend. Our game actually got cancelled because of the snow. I was so frustrated because literally it was washed away come 11 o'clock and I thought we could have quite easily played. However, we are playing Leicester away this weekend, so quite a big league game coming up for us on Sunday. Right, so Sanchez for me. Will he play against Yeovil? I'm hoping so. In terms of position, he's going to be on the right or left, but traditionally he's been on the left. You know, Jose plays games, he might bench Tony and start Sanchez. Do you reckon? I hope not. I'm hoping that Martial keeps his place. I think he deserves to. We have got Spurs coming up as well, though, and I'm sure that'll be in the back of Jose's mind as well. Right, Mkhitaryan. I tweeted about it the other day. Really sad to see him go. I wished him all the best, and I think he'll be a success at Arsenal. I really do, especially if Aubameyang joins as well. I can see that being a really successful partnership with Ozil still there at the moment. I think Arsenal will, especially Arsenal fans, will be feeling very positive about the fact they've got Mkhitaryan now, and they've gained something from that Sanchez deal, which in the summer obviously they wouldn't have. So yeah, I'm sad to see Mickey go, but I am glad that he has gone to a club like Arsenal, where I do think they will suit his style of football. Hi Mr Fresh, thank you for tuning in. Hi Sanjay as well. I want to touch on this because this broke obviously yesterday, but the England ladies job has been given to Phil Neville. Now, as you know, I play football myself and there's many mixed opinions on this. I think it's both a good and a bad choice, to be honest. I'm going to start with the bad, because obviously he's tweeted in the past some quite sexist remarks. He said that he doesn't really know too much about women's football. And also people are saying, oh, it's a good start to his managerial career, it's a good place for him to start on. But this is the England ladies team, like the top of the ladies football pinnacle that he can get to. So I think it's quite disrespectful for people to say, oh, he's starting his career at this point. It makes it seem a bit patronising. So obviously that's my opinion on it. But also I think it's quite good that someone with such high profile from men's football has crossed over to ladies football, and it shows that women's football is on the rise. I think that's the other way you can look at it, because before probably men would have laughed at it and not even attempted that. So the fact that such a high profile player and somebody who's well known in the game, I think that is good for women's football in one aspect, because it's showing that women's football is on the up and people are taking it quite seriously. So I think you can look at it both ways. For me, I'm a bit mixed on this. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, I don't know really. I think it's both good and bad depending on how you look at it. Is a standout female managers available? No, and that's the other thing, Martin, that enters my mind. Like, for me, I think Chelsea women maybe decent manager there, but it's whether people want that job, isn't it? I mean, it's hard to say. Phil Neville has come out of the blue. I'm hoping he does a good job. I personally like Mark Sampson, but obviously what went on there, yeah, it just ruined it totally. But they were playing fantastic football at that time. Phil Neville in charge of the England women's team, especially with his comments towards women. Exactly, I just mentioned that, David. It's both good and bad because of his comments in the past. He's come out and apologised, but for me, shows that he's got that streak in him. But you know what? That's quite common, isn't it, for men, especially men playing football, to think that way about female football, which is why I'm a bit undecided on this topic. I want to touch on, I was talking to somebody the other day about the England men's team, and for me, hi Daniel, we were thinking about centre midfielders. Realistically, we have got, what, Henderson, players like Barkley and Ali, yes, but in terms of, we've got Dyer as well, in terms of centre midfielders, we are so poor. Yeah, Sophie to manage the England women's team, so Sanjay, I'd happily do that, I would love to do that. But for me, I was thinking about the lack of quality in the men's team is just shocking. Do I think Tracy Neville will help him see successful in the women's game? Maybe. That's a good comment there, Mr. Fresh. Who is the Roy Keane of Sporting Calsat? Me, definitely. Women seem to lack good goalkeepers, what do you think? This is another thing that's a very good comment, because when watching women's football on TV, I get so frustrated sometimes because it looks so slow. I think it's a lack of atmosphere. But you know what, when you're playing in it, it's not like that at all. If you go and watch a women's game live, it doesn't seem like that at all. And women's goalkeepers, I've been quite lucky, and I've played against some fantastic goalkeepers. Whether I've played at West Bromwich Albion, I've played at Wolves, now obviously at Sporting Calsat, and I've been lucky enough to play against some really good goalkeepers. But I will admit that when you're watching them on TV and stuff, they do make some errors, and they seem a bit more consistent than they do in the men's game, apart from when you're watching Liverpool and Mignolet's in goal, of course. When they're joking. But yeah, I don't know, I think it's different when you watch it on TV in women's because of the lack of atmosphere and stuff as well, and everything seems a lot slower, which makes the mistakes look worse. But I can guarantee you I've played against some really good goalkeepers. How far can England go in this year's World Cup? Because of the sheer lack of quality in the middle, I'm going to be honest, and I don't think that far. Harry Kane is what probably our world-class player. Would you agree with that? Harry Kane being our only world-class player? For me, we haven't got the quality, and the press overraters, the hype is far too much, like the hype around Dele Alli, who for me has been really inconsistent this year and really poor. He just disappears in games, and that'll happen, and guarantee Harry Kane will probably vanish in the World Cup as well, because he can't do it on his own. And for me, I don't think we'll go that far. I think the press will hype us up and make us seem like we're going to go really far, like they always do, but will be a letdown. I hope I'm wrong, of course I do, but that's my honest opinion. I can't see us going that far. Right, United game on Friday, playing against Yeovil. What's your score predictions? I remember the last game there when Herrera scored that worldie. They actually made it a very difficult game for us, and I can't see us hammering them. I'm thinking maybe a 1-0, 2-0 maybe. England's centre midfielders are too tall. I think we're too slow. We're too one-dimensional as well, to be honest. Sophie, I want De Gea to come to Madrid. Of course you do. He's the best keeper in the world. Of course you do. 2-0, 3-0, 2-0. 6-1, says Martin. I was feeling confident. 4-0 there as well. I'm going to go, I think, a 2-0 is my prediction. Hopefully we put a decent teammate as well. Can't take this lower league team so lightly. Remember Bristol? Exactly my point. And being at Yeovil as well, it won't be a comfortable game for us at all. I remember the last one. Rhys says, how tall are you, Soph? I think last time I checked I was 5'7". I'm 5'7", so average height really. Until the FA stop hiring yes men against a proper manager, we will not be successful. I agree with that. Daniel says, thank you so much. I missed that comment completely. Send it again for me, Daniel. So yeah, my prediction for the Yeovil game is going to be a 2-0 United win. I'm hoping we put a decent teammate as well. There's obviously a game tonight as well, a big game coming up. Hi Pat, thank you for joining in. But we've got Arsenal against Chelsea tonight, another big game. What's your predictions on that one? I'm actually going to go with an Arsenal win on that one. 2-1 to Arsenal. You're taller than Seri, who Man United did a link with. I'm probably better than him as well. I'm only joking. If you were 6, Jose would have loved you. Very true, Rhys. My prediction is 2-0 as well. 2-1 Chelsea, says Sanjay. Good prediction. Is that Arsenal as well, isn't it, I believe? So Chelsea will be away. So 2-1 is Sanjay. I'm going to go with the opposite. I'm going to go 2-1 Arsenal. Albion are the best, says BMX Media. Oh, come on. You know what? I'll leave them Wolves. Ollie says Arsenal, Chelsea will go to extra time. Sanchez will be on the bench and then come on late. I think I can see that happening as well. I think he will be eager to give him a run out. Looking very smart. Thank you, Paul. Just got back from work. Arsenal, I like that one. Giving them the L. 3-2 Chelsea there, so a very mixed bag, but all tight games by the look of it as well that you're predicting. 1-1 in a fairly bally game. Thank you for retweeting my tweet about your YouTube channel. Thank you for your support, I really do appreciate it. And you're right, you've been there from the start pretty much when I started, so I really appreciate your support, Daniel. I want a shout out from Twitter from you if you get a prediction right. I might do that tonight, to be fair. Last time I did that though, I think I had about 50 people who got the score right and it took me forever to do the shout out. But I will, I'll tweet out after this Sanjay and I'll get people to let me know what they think their score predictions are, and I'll watch the game later on as well. Any more things that you guys want to talk about? Anything that you don't think I've covered? Obviously we spoke about England's lack of quality in the middle especially, but I think lack of quality as a whole. And like I said, we always get overhyped and stuff and press bang on about us being good, but Martin says you're a good presenter. Thank you. I'm still pretty new. I appreciate your support though. Tweet my prediction if it's right. I will do. Definitely Prince Nisha. Go for a pen. Who do you care? I'm Man United. Okay. Sanchez and Thierry Henry. Yeah, they had a chat, didn't they? Apparently Henry didn't tell him to leave though. How's the school kids? They've actually been pretty good today. Surprisingly. Normally a Wednesday is my worst day, but to be fair, I've had a pretty decent day. He says, I don't watch England. I don't blame you. You're not missing out on too much there as well. Am I a nice or a strict teacher? I would say I'm a fair teacher. I think I said this comment before. I wouldn't say I'm overly strict. I'm quite fair, really. I get on quite well with the kids, luckily. What position do United need to buy in the summer? I think we need a centre midfielder, definitely. That would be my priority. I think we need somebody else in there with Matic and Pogba. So, for me, I think we need a centre midfielder. That would be the one that I would go for, the one position. If I'm being greedy, I'd probably say maybe we could do with another wide player, a number 10 as well. Griezmann obviously was put about before, but it depends where Sanchez is going to play. If Sanchez plays in the 10, he might be phenomenal, and we might not need that. So I'm just going to go all out and say we need a centre midfielder. Cruz to United, I would love Cruz to United in the summer, Paul. Great shout. Rumour has it you love Darmian. I don't love him. I won't say I dislike him, but I don't love him. Mr. Fresh says, very natural, so valid points. Thank you, I really do appreciate your support. Another centre-back's been battered around there. I love the Sanchez piano. It gave me goosebumps. I keep watching it now. I'm so sad, but I keep watching it. But I absolutely love that introduction. I thought it was phenomenal. And have you seen the Motherwell version as well, like where they've taken the mickey a little bit? I thought that was quality as well. That cracked me up. Sanchez, I think we can start him on the right, but allow him to roam. Yeah, I'm hoping he gets a bit of a free roam. As long as he doesn't affect Martial in the team, I'm happy, to be honest, because he's a world-class player. And Martial's been in good form, and I think it would be a bit unfair to drop him all of a sudden. Do we need another centre-forward? Ahmed, we'll see with that, because I actually think Lukaku last 2 games has played really well. I'm hoping when he starts to get the service that he deserves, that he'll start to perform and score goals. So I think let's not judge him too early. Maybe a backup centre-forward could be a shout, though, because Zlatan obviously being on the way out as well. He's not the same player as he was, so yeah, another striker would be ideal. But whether that's going to be somebody who's going to start, I don't know, we'll see. Lingard Sanchez says, Ollie, we'll see. Sanchez hasn't played yet in a United shirt, we'll see. To be honest, as long as the rain keeps away in that terrace Friday night, I'll be happy. Yeah, the rain here has been awful today. We need a backup from Matic urgently. Yeah, another centre midfielder, I agree. Fellaini, Darmy, Blind, what do you think? Those would be the 3 players that I would like to leave as well. Fellaini, we just don't use him right, and he's not a holding midfielder. He's not a ball-playing midfielder like Mourinho seems to think he is. So, don't get me wrong, I think Fellaini could be a fantastic weapon off the bench. If we're playing where he played for Everton, where he was successful, up top where he causes issues, but we play him holding midfield as a ball player. He just slows things down. So because we don't play him right, then yeah, I would sell him. I'm not a Fellaini hater like everyone else, but I don't think we utilise him and play him correctly. He should come off the bench if we need him to, in my opinion. What do I think the score will be against Yeovil? Daniel, is that? I said that I think we were going to beat Yeovil 2-0. And if you're talking about the game tonight between Arsenal and Chelsea, I've said Arsenal 2-1. Is Rashford turning into Welbeck, says Sanjay? I think Rashford needs a bit more support, to be honest. It's the first time really he's had a dip in form. And I have full faith in him coming back and bouncing back from this, I really do. So let's just support him. I don't think he's another Welbeck now. What boots do I play football in? Yeah, well, I've got so many boots. If you know me, I'm a bit of a hoarder with shoes. And yeah, my favourite boots are Adidas Pure Controls, the laceless ones. They're my favourite ones. Hopefully Alexis Sanchez actually passes to Lukaku. Exactly. Did you see, Ollie, did you see the pictures the other day about where I think it was Pogba driving with the ball and he didn't play it to Lukaku, and there's another one where Lingard had the ball and he could have played Lukaku through. There were 2 pictures where Lukaku was in clear cut space, he would have been through on goal, and he didn't give him the ball, which is why I think it's harsh to judge him on that straight away, because he's not getting the service at all. Sanjay says, have I ever been sent off? I haven't, no. You know what, I actually haven't even been booked. Just give the ref a cheeky smile and be all polite afterwards and you get away with it. So I've actually never been sent off or booked or anything like that. And considering I'm a holding midfielder, it's quite good, really. Yeah, there were 2 easy goals, says Ollie. I agree, and I have no doubt that Lukaku would have put at least one of them away, but because we don't pass to him, then it's not going to happen. Still not training picks from United. Yeah, I've been looking out for a pick of Sanchez as well, and nothing. Sanchez has great discipline. Yeah, it's just more of a give the ref a smile and you get away with it normally, especially in the women's game. Gary Lineker never got booked. Lukaku is a fumbler, that's why they don't pass to him, balls bounce off him. See, in the past that may be, but I do think last 2 games especially, I think Lukaku has improved a lot. I think his hold-up play has been much better. He proved when he set up Martial's goal in the last game that actually his link-up is improving. I know he's not perfect yet, of course he's not, but he's improving. And I think unless we give him the ball, he's not going to get better. He needs the ball to be able to hold it up. So I think to say that is a bit harsh. Am I with the United stand full time, says Dom? I'm not, no, this is my own channel. I started this about 2 months ago now, and I'm hoping to push this even more this year. I do feature on the United stand quite a lot though. Lukaku for me is brilliant when he's not got time to think. You know what, Graham? I've actually said that in the past as well. I agree, instinctively he's perfect. He can finish, and he makes the right decisions instinctively, but if he's got too much time to think about it, then that's where he seems to mess up. I think that's a very good comment. Keep the comments coming in, guys. Really good chat. I try to respond to as many as I can, but when there's a lot flowing through, it's hard. So if I do miss it, just resend it, and I'll do my best to get to it. I think it's time to let Zlatan hang up his boots, says Prince Nisha. I'd agree. I think he doesn't. It kills me to say it because I love Zlatan, but I don't think he's the player that he was. He's too slow and static. And I think maybe going back from his injury too early, I'm not sure. Maybe he'll never recover. But yeah, I can't see Zlatan being around for much longer. Shame, I know, because he's an icon and I love Zlatan and I admire him trying to get back, but he's just not. He's not going to be the same player. Martin, am I watching the game tonight? I will be watching the game tonight, yes, and Arsenal win is what I'm going for. Arsenal 2-1. I'm from West Country, like Yeovil fan, like Manchester United. Yeah, I like the Yeovil tweet as well when Sanchez was announced the other day, and they hinted that obviously the Yeovil dressing room could be the first one that he stays in, which is funny. It made me laugh. It's a good tweet. And the Yeovil gave us a tough game last time, let's not forget that. Until Herrera scored, we were really struggling to break them down, and I'm expecting a really similar game. A season too far for Zlatan, I agree. It's a shame, isn't it? But whether I don't know if the injuries caused that. Maybe he'd have been fine before that injury, and that's just hindered him. It's a massive shame. He had a great season last season. I think the club were right to give him a chance, but I can't see him coming back. My take on the new Leeds badge. Don't like it. I'm just going to say that. Even so, I'll be had a good one. I've literally just got back from work, but I'm planning to have a nice chilled evening, yes. Who's your favourite United fan Twitter accounts? United stand, as you know, I feature on there quite a lot. I do get on really well with Mark, and they've supported me quite a lot. So the United stand is my favourite United fan Twitter account. Any more, guys, before I shoot? Thought the Leeds badge was a joke, to be honest, says Ollie. I have received a few joke ones over my Twitter today, which have made me laugh quite a lot. So yeah, I don't like the Leeds one, and I agree, it does look a bit of a joke. Favourite musical artist? Oh, that's a tough one. To be honest, I like all types of music. Mainly R&B, hip hop, grime. So it's hard for me to say one particular artist because I've got such a diverse range, and I go to a lot of gigs as well. So it's hard for me to say one. Best ground I've ever played in. I'm going to get some hatred in now. It's actually when I played Man City Ladies. That's probably the best pitch I've ever played on it, and it's it's where basically the men train. So right next to the empty head is where it was, but it's the best pitch and the best facilities that I've played on. Definitely. I'm going to get a bit of hatred for that now. What's my Champions League prediction for United now? I've said all along, actually, even before Sanchez, but I'm feeling more confident about it now. I'm going to say the semi-finals. I think Jose has got the knack for the Champions League, and I'm going to predict semi-final for United this season in the Champions League. Any more before I go off? It's been really enjoyable chatting. It's good to respond and get to know you lot. I hate you now, says Martin. I'm sorry, you asked me, I had to answer honestly. Daniel says he's going full-time Devils. He keeps saying that. But why? Why not what I'm doing now? United are going to win the Champions League. Ahmed, I hope you are right. I really do. I think we can scoop the title this year, says Prince Nishat. I can't see that happening, but you know what? I'm all for optimism, and I hope that you're right. How much does Goldbridge pay everyone? No idea how much he pays everyone. Play football yourself. Premier Leagues away from top league. 2. I'll play in the Women's Premier League, so I'm 2 leagues away from the Super League, really. Don't mention those scammers. Good show, so stick with the United stand. Thanks for all the support, I really appreciate it. Sanchez says if Wolf gets promoted, when they play Man United, do we secretly want to draw? No, definitely want United to win. My dad's a Wolves fan, so yeah, I like to wind him up. Definitely in a United win. I'm a United fan. I know I'm from Wolves, but I'm a United fan. That's a good question, actually. Flex earns 1 bag of Skittles for doing the fan cams. I'd accept some Skittles. I like Skittles. What's for dinner, says Ahmed? No idea yet. I haven't had time. Literally just got back from work. What are you having? What's your favourite meal? When did I first start supporting United? When I was about 3, I started supporting United. Watching them as a kid. Loved it. Born in 1992, class of 1992, I can't talk. Class of 92 was around that time, so yeah, I just fell in love with United since then. Daniel says, did you see my tweet about my uncle? I didn't, no. I'll check it out after this show. I'll go into your Twitter and have a look. Can't see us doing any more business in January, can you, says Danny? No, I can't. I was surprised with the Sanchez deal, to be honest. I wasn't really expecting anything. So I can't see us doing any more. Sanjay asked if I've seen Game of Thrones. Not yet. And I know I'm way behind, I know it. But I've been watching all sorts of Walking Dead and that, catching up. So I will be watching it. Don't give any spoilers, please, because I've heard it's amazing. And I love anything like Lord of the Rings and stuff like that. So I'm sure I'll love Game of Thrones. Spaghetti bolognese is your favourite meal, Ahmed. Nice. Prince Nisha, am I confident of Virgil? Maybe in the summer, but not at the moment, to be honest with you. It's hilarious because it's about Sanchez. I'll check it out, promise you. I will check it out. Right then, guys. Any more questions before I'm going to shoot? I'm going to check out Daniel's tweet. I'm also going to tweet out about shout-outs for the game tonight and your predictions. My bucket list is to go and watch a United game. Planning it with my wife, currently living in Canada. Amazing. Go to Old Trafford, literally, it's the best feeling in the world, I can guarantee you that. And I've been to quite a lot of stadiums, quite a lot of places, but for me, I still get the same buzz every single time I go to Old Trafford. So if you can get there, definitely do it, because it is fantastic. That's my advice. Any more questions, guys? Please drop a like on this video. If you haven't already subscribed, I really do appreciate it. I'm really pushing to try and get to 1,000 subs so that I can try and get some sponsors, so I can actually get a green screen and do some more rather than just recording off my phone, which is what I'm doing at the moment. So yeah, if you can share as well, share my channel and try and get it as much as possible shared around so that people can subscribe. And also, can you drop a comment as well? I'll appreciate it. I'll respond to as many as I can. Follow me on Twitter as well, @SophRicho. Thanks for tuning in and take care, guys. Cheers.